Theoretically, Bill, you are handed $750 right now. You have to choose something to buy tonight. What is it?
$750. I have to choose something to buy tonight.
I love the filler of re-asking the question. It's not like
yeah,
an
I'm
interview.
politicianing. This is really out of left field here. I think I would probably buy a couple of pairs of Jordans. Gun to my head.
Jordans?
Yeah.
What, any certain pair or year?
I'm a Jordan 1 guy and a Jordan 4. I did just order a pair of 6s. I don't really need sneakers, but I've kind of become like a little bit of a sneaker guy lately. There's nothing to do. I have a little disposable income, so I like sneakers. I've always liked sneakers, so I figured I'll buy some sneakers. And I like Yeezys, but he's becoming pretty friggin' crazy. So I don't know if I want to like wear those and then get beat up in public one day for wearing, a crazy man's sneaker.
Well, he's absolutely crazy. That's a topic for another time when we do the top 11 crazy presidential candidates or people that ran for president. But for me, Bill, the reason I asked that question is because my lawnmower I think, died.
Ooh.
And so I think I might have to go electronic. Those things look bomb. Have you ever seen the electronic ones?
No.
Yeah, when you're bored, this is really crap homeowner stuff. And yeah, I was mowing the lawn earlier. I needed to distress after work. I had one of those days, and I freaking revved it up. We're going. Thing was smoking everywhere. It kind of looked cool. Kind of looked like a fog machine. So I was kind of digging it for a few minutes. Then it got scary, and then I was like, oh boy. And I looked it up, and like the one I have, like a motorized one, it's like a couple $100, but these electronic ones, man, I don't know. These things are bomb.
Electronic seems pretty fucking cool. So you just plug it in at night and it's good to go.
Plug it in, good for 3 to 6 hours. I don't know what kind of lawn most people have. I don't have a lawn that takes that long. Usually about like 2 hours max when I'm really hitting the corners. But yeah, I'm gonna need to do that. So that's why I asked. So hopefully I'll scratch some tickets. Also to start the show, if for those watching us on the stream, this says what I got from my Father's Day from my sister. It says leveled up to dad. Don't really understand it, but it's cool. And I guess we can give a shout out to Goo, who leveled up to a dad today as well.
Yeah, baby Goo in the house. Yeah,
baby Goo. I like that. So mazel tov to Goo, his wife, and his growing family. Raphael, saw that name, made me a little upset, but good for him.
That's amazing. That's a great name for a kid, and especially the Dane Cook thing where he names his kid after Transformers Optimus Prime. And my favorite one is typical. Yeah. But no, that's awesome. Congratulations to you, semi new dad, and Goo, very new dad.
Oh yeah, fresh off the. I don't want to say where, but I don't know where. I don't know. There's two options here. Anywho, this is the Pop Culture Piledriver. You can follow along with us over on the Twitter machine at Pop Culture PD. Last I checked, Bill, we are under 30 away for the Strive for 105, and I will take a picture like Robin Williams in photo booth. I found a nice white shirt and some khakis because I haven't worn pants in a while, so I'm getting ready because we're going to get it, baby. So please follow along at Pop Culture PD. You can follow me at Jason D. Rossi, and he can be found at Billy D2411. Bill, aside from $750, what's going on in your world?
Not too much. I got my mind on my money and my money on my mind, I guess. I don't know. I went out. I bought some shirts today. I went to Marshall's. They had a lot of good deals, a lot of $7.99 tees. I got a Baby Yoda t-shirt. I got a pineapple t-shirt that's mostly pink with the orange, yellow pineapples. And I got a bird shirt. Always got to have a bird shirt. And then there's parrots. So pretty good day.
Big question for you. I've been on the hunt, and I'm talking about the hunt of hunts, what you're currently wearing for those streaming, watching those Billy biceps right now. Tank tops. Do they have tank tops at Marshall's?
So they didn't have tank tops. I was actually looking for anywhere.
They're nowhere.
Anywhere.
Walmart, Target. I've been to Old Navy. I went to the Gap this weekend. I went into Athletica. By the way, Bill, that's a female-only store.
All right.
Yeah, my wife works in a plaza that has one, so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll check out this place. I've heard good things. Walked in. Noticed female section, a couple females come up to me wearing the masked up. I was masked up. They're like, do you, can I help you with anything? I'm like, yeah, no, I'm just looking around. Then I pretend I was on the phone. Then I pretend to text. And the woman comes back up to me and goes, can I help you with something? I go, my wife who's told me, I don't think this is the right store. I think it was the other location. Where are your other locations? She told me a couple and I banged out of there. It was really embarrassing. And I was trying to think of how to get out of the situation. Victoria's Secret isn't as awkward as this.
No, but you can always just be like, yeah, I was looking for something for my wife for her birthday. That's a pretty legit.
Yeah, I know, but it was scrambled mind. It was the first thing that came up. I was just keep pretending you're on your phone. I was literally walking around like this.
I just I'm an idiot and just walk right out. Yeah, there was no tank tops legitimately anywhere. I got these at Kohl's and I bought the only two that they had in a large. This was legitimately the only tank tops in the whole store.
I might have to find, because that's literally like what I'm looking for. I ordered, one was a muscle tee, which I'm not as big a fan of. I got like a Celtics muscle tee on Amazon for $3.50. Facts.
Is that with like the stringer?
No, it's just like it's more. I guess the difference between those I don't even think I would even bother. That would make me look like Big Daddy V from wrestling back in the day. But anyways, it's the one that just like are sleeveless. I call those muscle tees. I feel like And then I got like I thought it was just a tank top, but it's actually like a odd knockoff Golden State Warriors jersey, like actually like stitching and everything for $6.25.
That's not bad.
So I just went on Amazon. Yeah, so I'm like, I guess I'll use it, but that's not what I was looking for. But anywho, I just was like, I just can't find tank tops. Tank tops, there's a major shortage in America. Of all the crises that have happened, this is the one that's affecting me the most. Coronavirus, all this social injustice, all this, it is tank tops now that everyone needs to rally behind tank tops.
I mean, because I ride my bike a lot now, and I would prefer to do it in a tank top than any other kind of shirt. And they really are hard to come by. I almost bought one. There was one at Dick's, but it was a rock one, and it was $50.
Speaking of Dick's, Bill, this is our 69th episode since we've, I shouldn't even say since. That's since we've been together. This podcast, if you ever go back in the history of the Pop Culture Piledriver, which you should subscribe on all podcast platforms. If you have a podcast, if you listen to one, subscribe to Pop Culture Piledriver. If you listen, it's a bonus. If you just subscribe, that's cool too. Give us a 5-star review. Would go a long way to helping us. But if you go back through the history, like obviously I've been running this podcast channel for a long time. It's the third iteration of this, actually the fourth iteration of this podcast. Originally started off as the 929 podcast when I worked at a radio station with the numbers 929. I created a podcast that was 9 minutes, 29 seconds, debuted a new song every week. Had the artist on half the time, which was really cool. I was smart back then. Oh, please. I would brag all day. The stuff I was doing, please, if I was doing it today, people would be kissing me. Anyways, and then it turned into like Rossi's movie reviews. When me and my wife were watching a ton of movies, we would do like small little things here and there. And then it turned into Rossi on Wrestling. That's where you came in, and then it turned into Pop Culture Piledriver about 7.5 weeks ago. And things are looking good. Numbers are great. Appreciate everyone tuning in, listening. Appreciate everybody as part of the hashtag Dork Gooniverse. One last note, follow us there on Facebook. Follow, if you're on Facebook, just search Dork. I don't know how to any other way to say like how to
hashtag Dork.
Yeah, hashtag Dork. That's how you do it. And then don't forget to also, follow us on Twitter, subscribe podcast. If you're on YouTube, give us a subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. We stream every Tuesday night, and occasionally, I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah.
And occasionally we will also be popping up some extra content, bonus content on the channel. Billy hosted a Psych the Movie Part 2. It was just called Psych the Movie, by the way.
Lassie Come Home.
Oh, so that's like the subtitle, though. But so there's 2 Psych the Movies, though, right?
Yes.
Which was strange because I watched Monday Night Raw last night. Fell asleep somewhere in the last hour. I did my little treadmill here. I watched TV, and I put it on. It's part of my DVR. It tapes an hour. I saw the opening scene. I laughed. I didn't see it. I couldn't hear anything. But Sean dressed up like, I don't know, like Jesus or Eric from Boy Meets World, and that.
That's the first movie, but it's great.
Oh, it said Lassie Comes Home.
No, he doesn't have he has the beard to start the first movie. In this first movie, it's kind of Carlton with his dad. So they might have just been teasing it the whole time.
They might have been. That's a good point. So yeah, they might have been advertising to watch Peacock to see the new one. That makes sense because this one just said Psych the Movie. So anyways, besides the point, Billy and Pat from the Pat's Pulpit on SB Nation, I believe I'm saying that right. And then the guys from what's the name of their podcast?
Crossing State Lines.
That's it. Cross State Lines. They're part of the CLNS channel.
I believe.
Don't quote us on that.
But
anyways, go back. You can check it out on the hashtag Dork Shared Gooniverse on Facebook. Bill hosted that. We'll be doing bonus content on there. There'll be stuff on Twitter. There'll be stuff here. There'll be stuff just on the podcast channel, as well as our Tuesday night streams. Bill, today we're talking all about the year 1999. Ooh. Might be the greatest year of our generation, not just for the topic we're speaking. In general, it was a great time to be alive. Internet was booming. We were stealing music from every which source. Video games were at their height. You were over your friend's house. You were sleeping over M&M peanut butter all night long. And tonight, what we are doing, we are debuting the Pop Culture Piledriver Jukebox.
Mm-hmm.
So tonight we are going to nominate 4 songs that are going to make it to a vote. Again, at Pop Culture PD, give it a follow. And then one of these songs is going to make it and live in infamy forever, like the annals of time. is going to live in this jukebox. So we will break down some of the music in just a moment. One last note, I forgot. I had one last piece, Bill. Big shout out to Ryan Davey Eyeballs of the Dork, #Dork Podcast. He smoked us in creating the greatest song ever. I don't know. It's just interesting. He got 59% of the vote. Mac came in second with 18% of the vote. You came in third with 16% of the vote. And I came in last with 7% of the vote. I wasn't expecting to win. I just didn't expect us on our own podcast, neither one of us to even be in the top 2 or even close.
I mean, I think Davey legitimately won the draft. He did. His song was great. His artists were great. They kind of matched together really well. Yeah. And he's got, the dork power. He's got the power behind the Dork Podcast. I mean, he's not, one reach Keith, but he's Davey Eyeballs. That's a pretty big pull. It was great to have him on. I, didn't think we had that much music in common, but we seemed to like a lot of the same stuff. And I didn't realize he was a musician. And the song that he posted the other day on Twitter, the 80s funk thing, I've been listening to that song the past 2 days. So
everything's fusion. Just remember that. Everything's fusion. I wasn't surprised just looking at the artist's names, especially for Davey. Dave Grohl, it's like a beloved artist. Post Malone has a hip, cool factor to him today. Halsey, I think for a male audience, kind of has a sex appeal, as well as knowing she's been in some of the movies, soundtracks of of comic books, and Billie Eilish. I think people could go either way for the audience. And then obviously having Rick Rubin, people that are familiar would know. It's a great lineup. Got to give it to him. So he will be getting a prize in the mail once I put it together. Okay, but now let's get into it, Bill. The year is 1999. I was born. So I was basically the whole year I was 15 years old. And it was 14 years old. Sorry. You were 15, right?
No, the whole year I was 15 years old.
Yeah, so well, yes. I get it. Yeah, because your birthday's in December. One of those weird kids. So, Bill, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some highlights of the year. I'm going to run down the highest selling album for 1999. By the way, these numbers you don't see anymore in sales for multiple reasons. But the highest selling album of 1999 was Backstreet Boys' Millennium.
No
that thing sold 11 plus million copies. That is insane.
I mean, it's one of the greatest albums of all time. I mean, and I hate to hyperbole it.
Here we go.
It has some absolute bangers on it. It, has one of the greatest pop songs ever written, maybe the best pop song ever written. And the Backstreet Boys, to me, are the number 1 boy band of all time. I don't believe we had them at number 1, right? No. We had
Jackson 5.
Jackson 5. So they're better than NSYNC musically. They have better songs. NSYNC has the better talent overall, but song, I'm taking Backstreet Boys song for song any day over any boy band ever.
Obviously, they ran, this was at the height of all of this. The most played song, Bill, in 1999 across all radio in the United States. Britney Spears' Baby One More Time.
Boom, boom, boom. I mean, she can't get much hotter than she was at that era. And she was kind of disturbingly young for people who were of the older ilk to like her. But she was right in our wheelhouse. She was about my age at the time. So maybe a year or two older. That Maximum that came out with her in it, my God, that's one of the hottest covers of anything ever. She was phenomenal in it. She seems to be a little bit crazy these days, but,
there's a whole movement going on right now. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, Free Britney.
Yeah, she's technically not an adult.
Yeah, she doesn't have power over her decision making.
Yes,
they have, and that's usually for people who are in comas or something.
Yes.
So I don't know how true all of that stuff is, but if it is, I'm team #Free Britney. Let's see what we can do.
I think Pop Culture Piledriver, we're fully behind you, Britney Spears. You want to come on the show, talk about it? We'll have you on anytime. For 1999, obviously, we reach into the Grammys of 2000. The record of the year was won by Smooth, Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
It's one of the, just cooler collaborations. If you go and you listen to that whole album, that's really a different song because, Rob Thomas is on it. It's pretty much, Santana being Santana. But the combination of them in that song, it is, like the title, it is fucking smooth.
Oh, absolutely. And obviously, just to go ahead, the album of the year was Supernatural by Santana. The only other song I think that was notable, that was a single, was Maria Maria.
Oh,
what a song.
Remind me of a West Side Story.
Yeah. I think there was, what's the other line?
Growing up in Spanish Harlem.
Yes.
Living life was like a movie star.
Oh man, Santana fucking rocks, man. And there's a guy that honestly, talk about a comeback story, like gone. There's two major comeback stories in the year of 1999. Just so we know, so we've got a lot of tweets and we'll read some of those. We did have to set some form of rules and guidelines because the 1999, just so you know, if you're a fan of our podcast, hopefully you're also listening to Mac and Goo. They do movie vaults. It's much easier. We even discussed this. I don't remember if this was on the air or off the air last week with Mac. With the movies, there's about, honestly, like even if you go as deep as you want, maybe 150 movies that's released in a year, give or take. When they do their movie vaults, they're looking at popular movies. They're probably looking at between 30 and 50 releases a year.
They do dishonorable mentions too, so you get some of the really bad ones out there. But yeah, probably around 60 they might name if we're talking about the ones they've named the highest number on. So
sure, but like movies are kind of like everybody kind of has an understanding of. There's no necessarily like, oh, we're just doing horror movies here or this. But anyways, the point is for us, music in 1999, let alone music in most any years, there's thousands of songs. So for this specific year in 1999, we are going off of the Billboard year-end Hot 100 singles of 1999. That excludes a lot of music you're probably thinking of when you think of 1999 in your life and in my life. Lot of lack of alternative rock music, but don't forget there is a good blend. I would also say, Bill, on this list, which you can check out on the old Wikipedia. It's also in the description below. It is a big year of the country crossover.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge country crossover per se fan. I do like my country music here or there, but Nelly and Tim McGraw really isn't my speed. But the Shania Twain songs we'll get to were absolute bangers on this chart.
So do you want? Here's a question for you. Obviously, we both will ping. We'll be talking a lot of songs. Do you want me to reveal the top 10 songs from that year, or do you want to just start?
I think we can do that once we get through all of them, and we can just tell people what the top 10 were. So, perfect. I mean, I have a bunch, so I can just start.
Yeah, let's just quickly, behind the scenes, we're the masters of the top 11. So I'm like, we'll do top 11s. I see Billy's list goes up to 17. I was like, well, I could have done that too. But no, Bill, please do. Kick us off with a couple songs.
I mean, there was no way I couldn't mention a lot of my favorite songs. This was my formative year. I was older because I was stupid. I stayed back and was, started school late. So I was 15, but I was heading into... No, maybe I was 14. I was heading, it was like 8th grade into freshman year. So I was a little older than your typical freshman, but either way, I still liked, Tyrese.
Bad boy.
Yeah. This is also, my voice changed a little bit before this. So Tyrese, Sweet Lady, like I had a really good voice in like 7th grade. And I was a soprano or an alto or whatever like the middle one is in chorus. And I thought I could sing. And I was singing the song in the car. And my mother just turned around and was like, you cannot sing anymore. That is awful. But Tyrese, I mean, I got to give it to my mom. She never let me buy Jankos, and she told me that I had a bad singing voice. She knew what was up. So I give her credit. But Tyrese, Sweet Lady, a great late 90s kind of love ballad. Tyrese, the multi-talented guy. He's awesome in all the Fast and the Furious movies. So check him out. Another one that, I mean.
Hold on, real quick on that song. Were you segueing away?
Yes, I was.
I gotta say, this was the song. So me and my wife were just looking over the list before we came on, and I was telling her a little bit of the gist of how this will all work. And at the end, we're going to nominate 4, put it on Twitter, yada yada. So I saw this on your list, and I go, that has to be the most forgettable song of this entire 1999 like hit songs. I remember it, but I feel like the world has passed it by. Time has passed it by. It's just one of those songs like literally like I remembered it was a jam. TRL I was watching. I had it when I was listening to my mixed tapes when I was taping things off like Jammin' 94.5 and Kiss 108 at the time. But this is just one of those, I don't know. When I heard See Tyrese, I never even think of his music anymore.
So, I mean, I spit game back in middle school by making girls mixtapes, and this would be one of the songs I would put on there. So, gotta love that.
I think I had a single for this at a dance. So they used to throw them out at the end. I think I got this one.
Phenomenal. I would always get the singles from Sam Goody. My first one ever was Skilo, I Wish.
Oh, but jam.
I mean, I think we'll get to that in maybe early 90s. But next up, and my sister had a huge influence on a lot of the music I listened to back then because she was older and, I listened to a lot of the stuff she listened to because she had the better, equipment back in the day. But Lauryn Hill, Doo-Wop, that thing, I mean, you'll see it playing over my shoulder a few times. That is an absolute jam of a song. She kills it. I mean, say what you want about her. She is a great, musically talented woman.
Yeah, I hate her, obviously, for many reasons, but I got to give her credit for this. Not only did she make great hits, not only was she really good in the Fugees, but this is it. She had this one album, and this album was a string of hits. She won the VMA. This is a great music video. I know this is also another big part of this time. Like when we're talking about these songs, there's a lot of visuals here. Not Tyrese, because nobody remembers. But when it comes to doo-wop, she had like that. There was like the 50s look, the today look. Really cool video. Lauryn Hill, obviously, I shouldn't say hate her, but a lot of issues there with her. Not only personal and some of the things she had to say during a very controversial time, but she also just fell off the face of the earth after she had this an Unplugged album. She put out a failed second album, and we've never heard from her since. Yeah,
the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is an absolute banger of an album. This song, anytime it comes on, it still holds up today. Like if this was released today, it would be an absolute chart smashing hit. Same thing with the video. The video is revolutionary.
Yeah, it was absolutely the split screen. It was really cool stuff. Why don't you give us one more, then I'll give you one of mine.
Okay, so I got a bunch here. I will single out 702. Where my girl's at?
Yes, this is the one that got me.
Yeah,
this is a song that nobody you don't know the artist. Nobody remembers the artist.
Oh, I do.
No, of course you do. Like diehard music fans are going to remember. But you will know the song. Where My Girl's At is this is a great year for female artists, and we'll definitely talk about that as we get to we narrow down the top 10. But this is a major year for female artists. There's a lot of female independence feeling. This was a good song because this is that party song, but it was all about the girls. No, I don't care about the dudes. Yeah, we're gonna hit on you. We're gonna tease you. We're gonna get a free drink. But it's just Where My Girl's At. I just want to just from the front to back.
Yeah, if you're feeling it, put one hand up. I mean, come on. It's really good, and we had a game back at my old work where we would pull up the top 100 songs of any given year, and somebody would read off the title, and we would have to guess the artist. And I remember when this one came up, I just instantly sputtered up 702. And everybody just looked at me like, I was like, I don't know. I like the song. I'm sorry. It's really good.
So, yeah, absolutely a song that everybody should be, familiar with one way or the other. Sorry, I thought I posted something and I'm getting distracted. All right, for me, I will kick off my list with, I believe, maybe the breakthrough hip hop song, or rap song of the year. That's Hard Knock Life, the ghetto anthem, if you didn't know, by Jay-Z. This was Jay-Z's transformation into that pop culture, not phenomenon, but really got his music pressed through the mainstream. He made, really good fun songs before this, a lot more rap, a lot more, I don't want to say harder music, but this was a song that I think just kind of took him to that next level, got him crossed over. Moms knew his name, and to this day, he's not been forgotten. And I think this was the song that kind of kicked it off. And I think it's, of the top 100 of this year, it's the best rap song on the list.
I would disagree with that statement. We'll get to mine, obviously, when it comes up. But
I would say, Bill,
this put him on the map.
Yeah,
I actually don't really like this song. This would be in my top probably 20 of Jay-Z songs. But it's definitely the one that got him super notoriety. And it was even featured in the Austin Powers movie.
Yeah, I have a feeling the argument we're going to have, or the argument you have for another one, is going to be a hip-hop song. I would say this is more rap.
Okay, that's fair.
We'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes to it. All right, let me give you one more from my list as we get through. I will go with what I believe is the best love song on the list, the most romantic song on the list. It is Brian McKnight, Back at One. There is nothing smoother. There is nothing that would get the jelly moving than Brian McKnight. This guy was on absolute fire at this time. Not a household name today, not a household name 6 years after the song's release, but this is a song that you'll always hear at dances at the time. If you were of that age, you would be hearing for, weddings. This is a major wedding song, and it's 4 steps. And you know what? And whenever he thinks his job is done, Bill, he just starts back at one. It's a great method if you're in a relationship. It's a great method if you're trying to work on something. Whenever else fails or you feel like you're done, just start the whole process back over. Brian McKnight almost made to my top 2. I'd be honest. I was really fighting because I think this song had such an impact for that type of genre of music.
So I believe Mac and Goose started their podcast the other day with this song, and we fell deep in love, and now we ain't speaking. Michael J. Fox was Alex P. Keaton. Is pure poetry. People shit on this song. This song is phenomenally good. It's not even so bad it's good. It's just straight up good. I actually really like these terrible lyrics because they made it work. They were all just ridiculous, I don't know even how to describe them, handsome dudes that had a terrible rap vibe to them, but it just worked. LFO Summer Girls just, was a summertime song, and it was great. I would listen to this today proudly. I will sing it in the car if it comes on. It's on my like songs on Spotify, but I won't belabor this one too much because I know you don't like it that much. So we're going to go wild. We're going to do it in style. Shania Twain, Man, I Feel Like a Woman. I know every word to the song. It's a karaoke favorite. And it really gets the crowd going. I mean, it's just, Shania Twain was a little bit bigger in 98, but the song still was pretty high up on the charts in 99. And it just cannot be denied as one of the best songs of 1999.
Real quick for LFO or whatever the stupid band name is. It's a garbage song by a garbage group, but it was fun. I will always give it the fun factor on that one. But going to Shania Twain, my Lord, this woman, talk about just dominating in a year or like during this time frame. She has, I believe, she has a couple songs, I think, on this list. She had, listen to these. This is just on the top 100 for 1999. Man, I Feel Like a Woman, From This Moment On, and That Don't Impress Me Much. Well, that don't impress me much. That music video, forget it. It was a lot of time. I was like, am I alone? No? Okay, be careful. Anyways, but I would say that, Shania Twain, like you said, it's a great karaoke song. It's, I think, one of the more beloved songs. Like, it's funny. It will get a crowd going. Everyone knows the words. Like, you could be with the most hard jerk, mean guy, and that song comes on, you see him dancing, singing, especially
Let's go, girl.
Oh, everybody gets it going to that song. For me, up next, I will go with probably one of my favorite songs of the year. Just one of the more fun songs that just hit me at the right time. Never a New Kids on the Block fan, but I will absolutely adore this song forever. One of the best beats of the day. Give It to You, Jordan Knight. Come on, you can see the visual. You can see the carnival. It was at a carnival of sorts, almost like what we went to in Revere at the movie theater, and just the smoothness of it, and the way the song, like when he sings in the middle, just that subtle like dun dun dun. And then it just kicks right in.
Yep.
It's a fun song. That is a song if you don't have on whatever playlist you potentially go to for whatever. You're in a bad mood, pop this bitch on because it'll make you smile.
Yeah, you say if it's been too long since you've had some. I always say, because I get it from Psych, they do it a few different times, like we're going to do this all night, Lionel Richie style. So I always say, I'm going to give it to you, Jordan Knight style.
It's great. And honestly, and that's a better reference because some people will make them think.
What? About Jordan Knight?
Of course.
I mean, this is a song where if you haven't heard it in like the last 5 to 10 to 15 to 20 years, actually, at this point, go and listen to it. It's still a banger. The music video is great. I mean, it's Jordan Knight. He can dance up a storm. So,
oh, yeah.
Very entertaining man.
Real quick on that, just so you know, his fellow New Kids on the Blocker, Joey McIntyre, was Stay the Same, also made it to the top 100 of 1999. Not a song I remember much, and not a song that's not going to make this list. But
I think that was the music video that was all in black and white, and he's singing on like the top of like rooftops.
Okay, I didn't know if that one or the one where he's creepily like he's in a bush. But anywho, all right, what do you got next?
Oh, I got a bunch still, but I'll try to rifle through a couple of them quickly. This one was a song that my boss at Scups in Malden, a pizza place, would always play, and he would say, "Tell me, Billy Girl, because I need to know." But it's "Tell Me, Baby Girl, I Need to Know" by Mark Anthony. This song, the beat, an absolute jam. Mark Anthony at the top of his fucking game. One of the many people to have a relationship with Jennifer Lopez.
Wait a minute. Top of his game. Where else was this game? Where is the
dude? Mark Anthony is a giant megastar everywhere in America.
I know. I'm just saying that. Like, this is it. This was like his time.
And like the horn section in this song, if you don't like a good horn section, F off. I mean, the horn section in this is absolutely unbelievable. It's a very relatable song to, most kids in high school at the time, even though, girls probably didn't like me, but I did, if they did, they should tell me.
Yeah, you just needed
to. I needed it up.
Like now. That came in, just so you know, at number 79 on the top 100. Give us another one. Another one.
What's his name? DJ Khaled. Not a huge fan of this song, TLC Scrubs, but it was, one of the biggest songs of the entire.
Don't besmirch the name. No Scrubs, Bill. It's the number 2 song of the year. This was I love this song.
It's fine. I'm more of a fan of Sporty Thieves, No Pigeons, as I put in the video.
That's one of the most ridiculous clapback songs of all time.
It's so good, though.
But I mean, like, how ridiculous is it? And those guys never heard from again.
Oh, no. But I did, and this is the lamest thing ever. I bought the single. Actually, yeah, it was a CD single, and I took it and I put it like on my door, like No Pigeon. Not like that. I ever had a girl over my fucking house in middle school or high school, let alone. So,
just so you know, this came off the 1999. Well, not No Pigeons, but TLC. Their album Fan Mail, which was just, my God, just full. Unpretty was on there. Silly Ho. totally underrated song. People probably don't even remember. Obviously, No Scrubs, and I'm Good at Being Bad. That was sort of like the major singles that came across us. Obviously, we lost Lisa Left Eye Lopez, I think 2 years later, I want to say. But man,
they had two of the biggest hip hop, R&B albums of all time.
Sure, I'll take that information. What was the other one? What would you say? Oh, from what was that, 94 album or something?
Yeah, the one with like I Ain't Too Proud to Be. All that
like
stuff.
Sex.
Yeah,
that wasn't them, was it?
No, you're thinking of Salt and Pepper.
But. Yeah, they're all the same. These female artists. All right. By the way, TLC, just right now, me and Bill don't know which songs we're nominating at the end. I will just reveal right now, it is in contention for my song. That song is major to me. I think that was like a cultural hit. No Scrubs became like this big thing for especially kids of that time.
Well, just quickly, I thought it was Crazy Sexy Cool. It is Crazy Sexy Cool, and they have an amazing amount of hits off of that one. Waterfalls was on that one.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Red Light District, Digging on You, Digging on Me. I mean, that was an absolute banger of an album, and they came out with another one, Fan Mail, 5 years later. So I would put them as one of the top, female. I mean, it's not even a question.
Oh, in the 90s, especially 90s, like they dominate. That's two major albums. All right, for me, I'm going to give you two here because they both kind of fall in the same category, music that I really love here. Citizen Kane, Better Days.
Oh, the bottom falls out.
Bottom drops out. I'll tell you, the only real memory I have of this song is before school, I used to watch MTV. And I would be like eating cereal and having like 15, 16 breakfasts because I was a fat F. And this song would come on and I was like, man, I get it. Citizen King gets me. Better Days and the bottom drops out. It's just all about that, like the way they like the production on and the bottom drops out. And it just feel good. It just makes you want to clap, makes you want to, just understand life because as you get older, you have seen better days. Sometimes crap happens.
Crank it to 11. Blow another speaker. They were ahead of the game on the Podcaster's Dozen. And I even like the little, do you like my Gucci bag? It's beautiful, baby. Beautiful.
Yeah, just so we, just for factual purposes, we go back. That comes in at number 96 on the top 100. And the next one for me, maybe right up there with like Shania Twain. Everybody knows it. Everyone will sing it. No one can hit the notes. It is a high note because it's Tel Bachman. She's so high. Yeah, don't even bother. Just let it go. It is such a jam. Tel Bachman's son from the classic rock band Bachman Turner Overdrive. This guy, everyone had penciled in as being like a stud, like being like what John Mayer became later. Like that was what Tel Bachman was touted as. I remember being all over MTV Live, TRL, all the magazines like Rolling Stone. There were so many interviews around this guy. You never heard from him again, but what an impact. That's a song. You're sitting, you're listening, you hear something in the background, you hear that dun, 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 and you're like, is this Tel Bachman? Like, the artist name, the song. Great music video. She's like Cleopatra, Joan of Arc. I don't even know what the line is. I've never actually looked up these lyrics, but it's
Cleopatra, Joan of Arc.
And then it's like Arrived on Time or something like that. But anywho, it's a great jam. Another one that was high contention for me because it's one of my favorite songs of the year. But that is just so damn good. That's another one, add it to your playlist. Don't be a fool.
No, I mean if that's on your liked songs from the 1999 any year. I mean that's a great song. It really is, a timeless hit that could be released today and you wouldn't bat an eye at it. No. So I'll throw out one of my all-time favorite songs was Michael Scott's Ringtone. I do love a goofy song. I love, any song that has choreographed dances. This is a little step below a choreographed dance, or I should say a step above. But Lou Bega, Mambo No. 5, oh man, my New England accent just kicked ass right there. But it's also because they probably had a Nomar No. 5 as well. But this song, I'll dance or sing to it anytime it comes on. So it's really just, kind of a goofy, almost a Macarena-esque hit, but it's a fucking good-ass song.
No, this might be the funnest song on the list. There's one other that I think is in high contention with it, but this is a song that like another one-hit wonder. You never heard from this guy again. You never want to hear from him again, aside from like I think he was in a Super Bowl commercial recently. But this is just so much fun. This song is packed every female name. Every girl was like, oh, it sings my name. I think I forget one of the what song did he, or one of my sisters, I can't remember, one of people that I knew, like song name was in there, like, oh, that he's singing to me here, or this. There was, I think 14, 15 girls' names in it. Just a great tune, fun. Lou Bega had that perfect thin mustache, like almost scary looking, almost like fake. almost like Gomez Adams. But yeah, great jam. This song, I want to say it was high. She's So High, we came in at number 51. This song I thought was higher, but I'm scrolling down and down and down.
Was it so high above you? It was so lovely.
Seriously. Where is Lou? I'm just gonna type in the word Lou. They came in at number 42. 42 Mambo number 5. Right in front of Sweet Lady at 43.
I mean, that's just my wheelhouse right there, I guess, then.
In the 40s hard. All right, next up for me, I'm going to go with Lullaby, Sean Mullins. This song was just like so different. If you actually listen to it, there's so many different elements of this song. Came in at number 46, so still right in your wheelhouse there, Bill. Just a very different song. Sean Mullins, not a necessary household name at the time, became very popular based on this track and its release. I've done a few interviews with him and concerts with him. I think I mentioned this during our Scrubs episode, but he was supposed to have the song for the intro for Scrubs. He created a song for it. They didn't end up going with it. But this song right here, just like different. Like if you really listen, it's just so structurally different from anything else that year. Starts off with like, kind of like a speaky storytelling vibe, then just kicks in with that killer hook. I'm not going to try to sing it here either, but just everything will be all right. Rockabye. That's the other thing. He says rockabye, but the song's called Rockabye. Because you know why? Because they said people won't buy a song called Rockabye. That was what he wanted. That's what the song is called. And the music production and everything that was, people behind him said, no one's going to buy a song called Rockabye. Lullaby is a word everyone knows. That's what you name it.
Fair enough. I'll throw one quick one that didn't make the top 100 real quick because I just love it. And I saw it in the corner of my eye here glancing at a Google search. Bling Bling by BG. I liked a lot of the Hot Boys music back in the day, and we'll get to that in a little bit. But just quick shout out to Bling Bling. If you go back and listen to that song, you actually find out there's just him talking for about 45 seconds to start the song. But completely switching gears here, probably the most notable song from the whole year. It's not going to be in my top 4 or 2 actually, but Cher's Believe.
Yeah.
It dominated.
This is the song. I think this was released in 98 as we looked at, but it just dominated for so long. I remember going on like a snow tubing trip with a Catholic youth group, and the whole place was singing it. We were all into it. The one thing about this song, like I mentioned earlier, this was the tease ahead, the big resurrection of Cher and Santana on the same calendar year. Like these are 2 artists that weren't even around for the 90s. Like this was all they did, and they came out swinging. Cher really never reclaimed any more of this fame, but she had it all going on in this one song. Cher also to this day in Charlotte Flair.
Look exactly alike.
50 years apart in age, but very scarily look exactly the same. This song is going to be hard. It's not going to make it on my list either. I think we're both going to, we can always come back. There's endless possibilities in the future, but like that's tough because this is like the song I almost feel like of the year. But just for me, there's just other little things that, made me think otherwise. And again, if we go 98, I think it's on that list as well.
Yes, and a lot of 98 degrees in this year, but I'm not picking any of those. I will, however, go to a power pop princess here, and I'm going to take – this was really close for me. My sister loved this song. I think it's a better song than Hit Me Baby One More Time. Genie in a Bottle by Christina Aguilera is a phenomenal song.
That's better than Baby One More Time?
It's a better song.
Oh, no way. What makes it better? She's talking nonsense.
Yes, but she sings way better. First of all, it's a better beat. Like the Britney Spears is just like a classic, like make a pop song. Yeah,
people are like set to hit L5 and go. Yeah, I get you there. I don't know. Again, the conversation before the podcast with my wife, and she was saying like, oh, no, Christina Aguilera and all this. I just didn't feel like. I think this song was obviously it's huge. Don't get me wrong. But I think Britney Spears just outshined her. Was out so much bigger culturally. But at the end of the day, I will give you credit. Yeah, Christina Aguilera could sing the dictionary, phone book. She could sing My Shirt, whatever she wants to sing. She's an incredible artist. But I don't know. I don't think it's a better song, in my opinion, than Baby One More Time. But that could also just be due to the popularity difference in the two. But also, this was the song. And this was also a very sexy video that no one talks about.
Oh, she was, and she didn't hit her peak sexiness until Dirty. But where she got kind of, a little bit over the edge.
No. That was almost too far, Bill. There was a nice little song. What was the song? Come on over, watch a music video for Come On Over, and you will do the same.
I talked about the maximum with Britney Spears in it. The maximum where she's in the pool with the dreadlocks. My God. That was for me. Ridiculous.
That's not my style. I'm not a dreadlocks. I like girls that shower.
I'm not really either, but I mean, she rocked it hardcore.
made it work. She made everything work. There's my, there we go. So you got a shout out there. For me, we're coming down obviously to the nitty gritty here, even though our lists are longer, but this was a major year also for the one and only Whitney Houston, R.I.P., one of the greatest artists that people, I think, at this point depreciate for how good she was. She had a major year. She had a lot of great songs in there, but for me, this was the song. It's not right, but it's okay. That is a powerful message as well as just a damn good song. This is her just saying, listen, you've done some bad crap to me. It's all good. I'm going to be fine. Keep it coming because I'm just going to keep moving along, because she was all over the place on this year as well. I believe she had 4 songs, Bill, in the top 100. I'll list them. The number 4 song of the year was Heartbreak Hotel, which I think is a crap song. That's
not great. I don't like it. But I mean, Whitney Houston, she puts out, deservingly so. She's one of the greatest voices, if not the greatest female, pop voice of all time, up there with like Mariah Carey. But they're very comparable. Like when they put out a song, it would go to number 1.
Oh, yeah, and speaking of which, the two of them collaborated on a song right at the end of the year called When You Believe. Not a major hit, but a song I remember because, again, like you said, I have 2 older sisters, so kind of got influenced that way. That came in at number 99. At 73, she had My Love Is Your Love, which is another rocket.
It's a great song.
And, It's Not Right, But It's Okay came in at number 44. Love this song because she also does some of the, like, talking, like when you and your girls went out, it's in, like, what was it? There's a great line. I was just recently singing this. It's like, if 5 of y'all went out, then 4 of you were really cheap, because basically she finds the receipt. It's just him paying for the whole thing. Clearly he's out with another chick. And guess what? It's not right, Bill.
But it's okay.
Because she didn't love him, really.
The thing with her is she had an amazing career, because she was a pretty much cookie cutter pop star early on. And then she transformed into, one of the best full voices ever. Not that she didn't have it then, but like her early pop stuff are some of my favorite pop songs ever. Like I Want to Dance with Somebody and How Will I Know are probably 2 of the greatest pop songs ever written.
Crushed it in the 80s. Absolutely. I completely agree.
And to still be doing it this well in the 90s is pretty amazing.
Absolutely. That's why I said R.I.P. Bobby Brown, you son of a bitch. All right, Bill, what do you got here?
Okay, so I don't know how much I have left that we haven't talked about here. I'm going to look at my list. Wild Wild West, Wicca Wicca Wild Wild. We did that a little bit in the movies we talked about with the summer blockbusters. I do love that song. It's a great song, a great beat. I think it's better than any of his other movie-esque songs. Money was another one from this year that I really liked as well. But I think that's it until... Nope, last one. Eagle Eye Cherry, Save Tonight.
That is a song right there, right up there with kind of Citizen King, just like out of the nowhere, one hit wonder that you remember. This song obviously a little more like has a little twang to it, the way that the song's constructed. Just really dig it. Save Tonight, a lot of fun song right there. I am seeing one more. I think you didn't mention.
I have this. It's my friend Anthony's favorite song of all time. It's a really just perfectly made pop song and a way for somebody to break onto the scene in the best way possible. It's Livin' La Vida Loca by Ricky Martin. I mean, if you don't like this song for any reason, if you hate on it, you're just a bad person. It's a great, fun pop song. There's no reason not to love this song. And it's just, it's Ricky Martin at his peak. Like, what more can you ask for?
It's ska meets pop meets a little bit R&B, not much, but just great line in this. She's into superstition, black cats, and voodoo dolls. Yeah. That song is like, that line is embedded in my head, and I don't know why. I really don't. I just remember
the breakdowns of these songs are amazing.
And the music video always remind me of, I never knew what pouring candle wax was. Like, I didn't know that was like a thing. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's a fetish per se or just a thing, but like, I didn't know what was going on in the music video when she rips his shirt and she pours wax on. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, to this day, I'm not that. I don't know what the hell that is about. But if you're into that, cool. Ricky Martin was into it. Ricky Martin, this is the song that, transpired, like that set the tone for like the reason we have Enrique Iglesias. The reason you had more pop, Spanish flair, Mexican music, because Ricky Martin just broke through in such a major way.
Enrique did have a song this year, though.
He did. He had
was it Bailamos?
Oh boy, he must have, because it was in the Wild Wild West soundtrack. I do know that because I had it. Yeah, just to give you one last one before we put in our nominations, and we'll do like some honorable mention at the very end. My last one here, Bill, is I think what set this person's star shine. Obviously was in a movie prior to this, singing songs in that movie, but never had her own music. Released this one this year. It is Jennifer Lopez, If You Had My Love. This is like the debut of a mega star. This was 1999. We're 21 years later, and she is still as popular, as attractive, and as like hot in any term you want to use today. And she's 50 years old, I believe. I think 51. I know we recently went over this.
I don't know if it's going to get any better than the Jenny from the Block video, the way she looked, but this was a great way, again, to burst onto the scene. Super talented, and, just beautiful woman, beautiful voice, great actress. So,
This was it. We didn't know she was a singer like this. If you saw Selena, which I don't know who did, but if you saw that, you saw she could sing. That doesn't mean she was a singer. There's been a lot of actresses that have tried to make music and try to become popular through it, or vice versa, and it doesn't work the way that it's worked for Jennifer Lopez. This was a kickoff to a major, major career.
Yeah, no, very good one that, she just performed at the Super Bowl halftime, and it was amazing.
Oh, she was awesome. All right, Bill, it's put up or shut up time. Now we are about to enter into the nominations for the Pop Culture Piledriver Jukebox. This is a song that will live in infamy, the annals of time. It will be etched its stone in the name of music in a jukebox that isn't real. So do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll do my first one, and it's a very sentimental song for me. It means a lot to me. It shaped my thoughts on women growing up, and that is Juvenile, Back That Thing Up. No, I'm just kidding. No, I do like, what do they call it? The thick ladies. But this is an amazing song from start to finish. This was in my obsession with this kind of music, rap and hip hop. And, I love the Hot Boys. As a geeky white kid from Malton, it, was really great music to me at the time. And I do like the You're a Big Fine Woman when you back that thing up better than the actual Back That Ass Up, because it was always on the radio. I can sing it cleanly, and it, you can find a few versions here or there, but if you want it on Spotify, the only one that starts with Taking Over for the 99 and the 2000 is the edited version. So this song, I don't know if it will win the poll, but it's going to be on the poll. I'll tell you that.
So we're going to back that thing up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and just another part of it, great line from Manny Fresh. I know you can't stand it, Dick Bandit. And then he says, put the money in the middle like Monet. I don't know what the reference is, but when I was a kid, we did a food drive and we had a cup for money. And I literally just titled it Money for Monet. And there was this whole thing where all like our friends were doing it. And I have no idea what that's a reference to. It's probably some awful sexual thing that I shouldn't know, but especially
the edited version too has like the big stick plumber chick.
Yeah.
And a hummer chick. Beat the what? Like a drummer chick.
Great. I think that's the thing about this song too. It has so many different elements. Like Juvenile is like the lowest ranking part that I care about, aside from the chorus, if you would.
I was a huge Juvenile kid.
No, me too. Like because he had a bunch of songs with just one word that he would just repeat a lot, or the titles of the song. Yeah, anyways, but yeah, Juvenile, Back That Thing Up being the first nomination. So for me, I'm gonna go with the Chalk song. I think we both have one that I think clearly is going to be on it. So I'm going to go with the one that's Chalk. It's, I think, the song of the year. Not only did win numerous awards. When I think of 1999, I looked at this list. This is the song right here. It is Smooth, Santana, Rob Thomas. Holy crap. It is so underrated at this point because, everyone knows the song. You hear it's popular. It's like, popular things aren't cool. This song is the jam. You pop that on right now. Just that drum into guitar, especially the breakdown from the third chorus into the last beat, and it just had so many different elements. Like we were talking about, so much fusion in this song. It's got it all going on. So I will put in Santana, Rob Thomas, Smooth.
I mean, it's a hot one.
Sure
like
is.
7 inches from the midday sun.
Again, don't know what that means either. I have no idea what that means.
It might be sexual. I don't know. But I'll go with my next one. This is the Chalk of Chalk. It didn't even wind up that high on this list. I think it was probably as big of a hit in the 2000s because it came out a little bit later. But I Want It That Way, I think, is the perfect pop song. It is just beautifully composed, beautifully done. I would sing it karaoke any day of the week with my good friend Rich Blake. There's something about the way that, that it just starts, it finishes, it has a good flow to it. It's basically the same lyrics over and over again, but they find a way to tweak it a little bit. I even do like the Tell Me Why. I'll do that in a country version every once in a while, like when I'm singing. So
it's a great pause in between lines. So if you're just kind of like, that, tell me why. It's a great tune. Perfectly constructed pop song. Came in at number 15 for the year. I'll run down the top 20 before we wrap this up just to give people a picture again. But yeah, it was on my list too, just so you know. I picked 4 songs just in case. It's good. Right now we have 3 total, like, it more depends on your taste if you're going to go juvenile. The other 2 are just total huge pop songs and like of all time, not just of 1999. And yeah, again, I want it that way. There's so much. Even Howie sings in that song. At least they showed him in the music video. He kind of creepily comes up like that. But he was the Backstreet Boy that I didn't know had a voice. But yeah,
he kind of dominates the song, actually.
No, AJ does.
Oh, AJ's the bad boy, right?
AJ's the bad boy, yes.
Okay, yeah. AJ dominates this song.
Yes, he's like this is when you found out he's really the guy, not Brian. Yeah, I knew a lot about Backstreet Boys kids. Like you always thought Brian or maybe Kevin or Nick were kind of the lead guy. Then you found out AJ's like super talented in the man. And
written and produced by guess who?
The guess who? No,
my guy, Max Martin.
Oh well, Max Martin was just in absolute fuego at this time in his career. I think this was also like. This was kind of like his like kickoff time too, wasn't this like?
It was one of his first really smash hits.
Yeah, so I have a really tough choice ahead of me. I have 2 songs left. I'm picking one. Do I go? I think I'm gonna. So I told you No Scrubs is on this list. I was thinking about going with it. I'm actually not going to, and I don't believe this next song is going to make it on here. But it's just one of my personal all-time favorite songs that you would never really believe. Own 2 of their albums. Not a band you would think I would own. Featured in a lot of movies during this time. This was a song like if you watch like She's All That, basically any movie that was released between 1998 and 2000, any like teen drama movie, which I'm all about them teen dramas. This song was involved in because there's always a scene where the girl kind of has this, belief in herself moment. It breaks through. I'm talking about Sixpence None the Richer.
Oh, Kiss Me. What a song.
By the Bearded Barley, Bill. Just come over here. Just give me a big old smooch. That's what the song's about. It's not dirty. It's not overly sexual. It is just pure romance in an innocent way. Sixpence None the Richer, one of those bands that you'd think, oh, that was just a flash in the pan. Huge over in Europe. Have many more songs. But I'm going to put them on there. I'm snubbing No Scrubs, unfortunately, because you didn't like it as much. That's why. No, but I just thought Sixpence None the Richer, another one of those, like, era, like when you think of this time, whether it's 1999 or not, when you think of this time frame, that's a song you're going to be thinking of. So before I give you the top 20 from 1999, like Casey Kasem up in this bitch, our nominees for me, it will be Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas, Sixpence None the Richer, Kiss Me, and Bill, your 2 are?
My 2 are I Want It That Way and Juvenile Back That Thing Up. And they're 2 of my favorite songs of all time. I mean, Juvenile Back That Thing Up is literally my second favorite song of all time. If you watch the Dork, hashtag Dork, what do we call it? PCP?
Jerk.
Know your bro.
Oh,
you got it wrong, but you did say that this was my favorite song. At one point it was, until I realized how great Your Love by The Outfield is. But it's very fitting for me to have these 2 songs. I'm glad I have them as my 2 because I really do think they are my favorite songs of 1999.
Absolutely, and that's the point of it. Now I'm just going to run down the top 20. There's so many great songs. Do check out the list. Google 1999 Top 100. So this was the rules we set for, so that's why the 4 are on there. We'll post it on Twitter. So number 20 was TLC Unpretty. Notice a theme here. Number 19 was Santana, Rob Thomas, Smooth. Number 18 was Angel, Sarah McLachlan. Number 17, a song neither one of us mentioned, massive hit of the year, but that just shows how big of a year it was. Smash Mouth with All Star. Number 16 was R. Kelly with Celine Dion, I'm Your Angel. Backstreet Boys, I Want It That Way at 15. Have You Ever from Brandy at 14.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yep. Goo Goo Dolls Slide, another one just completely washed over by us, number 13. Jennifer Lopez, If You Had My Love, 12. 702, Where My Girls At number 11. Starting off the, Podcasters Dozen here. Ricky Martin, Livin' La Vida Loca at 10. Deborah Cox, Nobody's Supposed to Be Here. Don't even really remember that song. Number 9. Number 8, another one completely overshadowed. Sugar Ray, Every Morning. Number 7, and notice going forward. I've already kind of teased it, but listen going forward. Number 7, Genie in a Bottle, Christina Aguilera. Number 6, Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer. Number 5, Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Number 4, Whitney Houston featuring Faith Evans and Kelly Price with Heartbreak Hotel. Number 3, Monica, Angel of Mine. Got a lot of slow dances to that song. Number 2, TLC, No Scrubs. And the number 1 song from 1999, Billboard Top 100, Cher, Believe. Billy, out of the top 10 songs, 9 are women.
Yeah, top 7, right?
Top 7 on, I'm sorry, 8 out of the 10. But yeah, top 7 on are women. Women dominated this time in pop music. From basically the top 20, there was 14 female artists in there. That is incredible.
As they should, because they were all, to this day, still considered, Sixpence None the Richer kind of the, not normal in there, like not the most consistent hit maker, but everybody else is, an all-time pop star pretty much.
Monica, I wouldn't really put her in that category.
She had, all right, Monica, no, but she had a few really big hits and she was around for a decent amount of time. So that, she's the lowest on the 7, but that's not even that much of a slight.
No, not at all. And yeah, like we said, even going to the Sarah McLachlan's, to this day, her because of dogs. Go buy some, by the way, and go give them money. All right. So, Bill, right now, if you were to predict what song will make it into the jukebox, in the annals of time at the Pop Culture Piledriver Jukebox, what song do you think will it be?
I think it might be I Want It That Way. I don't know how much our audience was a fan of boy bands, but I can't think that they could deny the greatness even if it wasn't their favorite kind of music. But I know that Keith and Davey, they had their own boy band, I believe. So a lot of people our age had to like boy bands. It was, a dominant form of music at the time.
Yeah, I agree. I think that I think it's going to be close, but I don't know what the other song. I could see Smooth getting some votes, back that thing up. I don't think Sixpence I think Sixpence None the Richer has as much of a chance as I had of winning last week, but getting on there nonetheless. Yeah, I think it's going to be the 2 highest. I think might be Back That Thing Up and I Want It That Way, just based on what I think the audience will see. But we'll see. Again, follow us on Twitter at PopCulturePD. We're on the strive for 105. Right now, I think we're about less than 30 away. The voting will take place there. Hopefully, our friends in the hashtag Dork Shared Gooniverse will give us a retweet on that, and you guys can get more eyes on it. And give a vote. Let us know what you think should be in there, because it will live for infamy. Bill, going forward. Oh, you have something to say?
I do. I think the problem with the other 2, not Juvenile, Back That Thing Up, but the Sixpence None the Richer and Smooth, is they're not 2 of the period. Well, you know what I mean? If you think of 1999, I don't necessarily think of those 2 songs. I think of my 2 songs because they're more you kind of knew where you were when those came out, where the other ones are more timeless hits. Not saying that I Want It That Way isn't a timeless hit, but it's really nailed down to that late 90s, where the other ones can come out at any point and be huge hits.
I can see what you're saying. I just think Smooth, because I just remember that time in my life. I feel like that just dominated, but we'll see. It's up to the fans, Bill. It's up to the fans. We don't pick and choose. I actually can vote on this now because I have 2 accounts. That's fun. And that even shows how little of votes that I really got last week when I had 7%, and I voted for myself. All right.
And
so
you accidentally voted for you.
I know. So I think that's it. I think that might have been it. So again, you can follow us on Twitter at PopCulturePD. Subscribe on iTunes. Wherever you get a podcast, we're there. Subscribe. Leave a 5-star review or a review wherever you listen to your podcast. You can follow him at Billy D 2411. I'm at Jason D Rossi. But before we get out of here, Bill, next week sports are back.
Mm-hmm.
There's baseball opening day this week. It is July. That should not be the case. This whole pandemic has destroyed so many things. Basketball's returning next week. Hockey's returning in less than a week. Football training camps are opening. So we're going to celebrate the return of sports in America and the greatest distraction of all time by listing our favorite athletes. We'll go through all the major sports and go through the history of time. I think you'll hear a lot more from the 90s than you will the 2000s, 80s, or 70s. But we'll go through our favorite athletes from each sport and kind of just have a nice little sports debate, little sports convo. Different.
What we usually do, I kind of hate sports talk radio. No offense to anybody who does it professionally or had done it professionally, but you can only take so much of it in a lifetime.
Yeah, but we're just talking about us. It's really just selfish podcasting banter. Obviously, we indulge you to enjoy and jump in on that as well. Let us know your thoughts. We'll post something about it. But again, follow us on Twitter at PopCulturePD to vote for the song that will go into the jukebox. August, we got a kind of an open slate. We have a lot of ideas. Don't forget to follow along to the hashtag Dork Shared Gooniverse on Facebook. We might be popping on. Bill popped on last night. Just jumping in there.
I will pop off whenever I can. But just quickly, Dork did Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
Last night. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm sure it's going to be great. I kind of want to watch them first because that was one of my favorite shows growing up. Then changed my mind, had a draft of chain restaurants that I was going to be on but couldn't make the schedules work, but they did a fine job without me, of course. I would have drafted the best places with bread. That would have been my strategy.
for me that when I just think about, well, like Texas Roadhouse has bomb bread, I think. Olive Garden has bomb bread. I'm not really. I don't know. I don't know where else I would go.
Bertucci's,
Bertucci's. No, Bertucci's. You're right. Hot rolls. Hot rolls.
And not your average Joe's.
Oh, how did I forget? That's like one of my favorite places. Oh,
I think I could have stole that draft. I haven't listened to it yet, but I think I could have stolen it with my strategy. I don't know if I would have got all my picks, but
do like a video response.
I should.
That's a bomb list. That was a good call.
Dork, I already mentioned them. Mac and Goo reviewed Aliens.
Yeah, that was good.
I haven't listened to that yet either. It's been kind of a busy week for me, but I will check out all my podcasts probably tomorrow. In case anyone was wondering.
Yeah, I was going to say, please keep us indulged the entire time. Yeah, so again, you can follow him at BillyD2411. You can see that he's going to be listening to a lot of podcasts. If you have any suggestions, slide into those DMs. Those DMs still open, Bill?
Hell yeah.
Slide in, ladies and gentlemen. And then that's it. That's all we got. So we'll be back next week with favorite athletes. Follow along on Pop Culture at Pop Culture PD. Subscribe on YouTube, all where you find it. Just search Pop Culture Piledriver. There's nothing else like us. Go find it. Enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next week. Frank says hi.